This is my story about how I accidentally started inventing things. Now, every one of us has the power to make change, and every invention that evolves will either solve a problem or make life easier for us. Every now and again, something comes along that is a game changer and can change everything. I am really excited about my inventions. They can make a difference to all of us one way or another. Now, I'm a great believer in the benefits of massage, and both my products are actually designed for simple self-help massage techniques. And I just want to break this culture of you do it for me, and I want you to gain more control over your health. You know, how many of us have aches and pains either daily, weekly, some days are better than others. And there isn't really an awful lot we can do, but you can self-massage and get fantastic results. If you use my products, they do work and they do make a difference. How many of us wake up in the morning maybe with a stiff neck and then we decide, oh, I must call the doctor, he can give me something, only to find out that you are number 4 in the queue. Or you have that hip pain that's been building up for weeks, and then you finally decide after a bad night that you're going to call the doctor and see what he can do for you, only to find out again, you are number 3 in the queue. As you can see from this slide, I've spent a long time helping people one way or another. I've been working with bodies for over 35 years, and I've been a physio for over 23 now. I've worked in hospitals, I've worked in private practice, I've worked for GP surgery. I love working with people. I love helping people. But at the same time, I really now want to dedicate the rest of my career to helping others help themselves. You know, I've had enough of me doing it when I know you can make a change too. So I now consider myself the self-help physiotherapist, and in clinic, I just spend my time helping people to show them how they can actually make a change themselves. On the screen now, you can see my clinical interests. These are the main ones that I've probably spent more time researching and keeping up to date with. Now, chronic pain is particularly relevant to me because I have fibromyalgia. So, you know, there are so many things we can do for chronic pain that we endure on a daily basis. The other thing is the postural alignment. I'm a great believer in posture. You know, if we sit around slouched all day, it's not very functional. It causes congestion and it can increase our pain. So posture is really, really important. Massage and soft tissue mobilizations. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a great believer in simple massage techniques, and you can get great results. So that's why I teach the self-massage. And it's been more recent years, the past 10 years, I've been looking at the lymphatic and fascial integrity. Now, fascia is another word that you really should Google. It is something that everyone should know about. Their whole body is covered in it, and it has a massive impact on our movement and pain levels. And we need to be functional. Functional fascia is probably the name of one of my favorite books. But yeah, do look up fascia. It's really important. Everyone needs to know more about it. But with the sports massage and the rehabilitation, which was basically at the beginning of my career, I was one of those people that I myself would just use my thumbs and say, oh, be quiet, I'm only going to friction this for a few seconds, or even use my elbow. But we now know through research that to have a deep massage, it doesn't have to be painful. And with the massage mitts, you get a more comfortable massage with more profound results, especially if you're doing it yourself, because you can feel where the tissues are congested and you can make a difference. So that's another favourite of mine, the sports massage. Women's health. Now, this is probably because one of my inventions. Years ago, I actually went to Hastings for a rotation when I trained to be a physio. And I remember then being so embarrassed using the words vagina and vulva. But it's so important. This area between our sit bones is an amazing, and it's the lowest part of our core, and we need it for walking, sitting, squatting, and perineum and pelvic floors are just something that we just don't talk enough about, and yet it's such an important area for both men and women. So oncology as well, I find the massage mitts very useful in the oncology setting. Now, you wouldn't massage over an active tumour, but you have the rest of the body to use, and massage is no longer a contraindication to somebody that has had cancer treatment in the past, and it's great for scar tissues. And there's so much we can do for our oncology patients. 1 in 2 of us are going to suffer at some point in our life, and even to find a simple massage techniques to help reduce them is well, can't put into words how amazing that is for the patient. So people have asked me, how did you accidentally invent something? Well, picture this. It's the year 2008. I know it's a long time ago, but I was a single mum with 3 kids, no maintenance, working 70 hours a week in a busy clinic, plus a GP surgery. And I remember coming back from a day in the community working with adult disabilities, and I just hurt everywhere. And my receptionist said to me, well, I was greeted by her saying, well, by the way, I've booked in 26 people, no breaks, but I'm sure somebody will cancel and you can grab a coffee. So I said, what am I going to do? Well, the next day was Friday, and I thought, well, I've got the weekend to cover, recover, I'll just get on with it. But when I went to bed that night, my hands were hurting. Now, therapists out there will understand that we normally just get about 10 years out of our hands. And they were aching, so I thought, do I just go to bed, sleep in splints, help my hands for the next day? And I thought, no, I'm gonna try and massage my legs, because standing for 26 patients is a very long day. So I grabbed all those gadgets that you get for Christmas when you're interested in massage, like the massagers of shape of dolphins and octopuses, and I just couldn't hold them. My hands just hurt that much. So anyway, in my head I went, what I need is, went to bed, and I didn't die the next day. I got through it. A couple of people did cancel, so I think I had 2 or 3 cups of coffee that day as well, so all was good. So anyway, the next day when I picked up my children from the grandparents who were looking after them, I told my dad, who's quite arty, I said, what I would love for my hands is, and I gave him an outline of what I thought my hands would need so I could keep going and keep working. But anyway, a few days later, he actually brings me a plaster cast hand. And I was just so grateful. So for the next few months, I actually spent time when the kids went to bed using an apple core to get the bigger shapes for the nodules and placing them strategically. I thought I'll put some big nodules here so that when I do my sports massage, I can use that of the thigh, and little piece, extra big piece here for the thumb so you can get in there with trigger points. I covered the whole of the hand at the back as well, so if you're self-massaging, you can actually use it, the back of the hand, to get to places. So anyway, after a few months of designing this, and while I'm massaging my patients, I thought, I need a few extra modules. So I was tweaking it over the coming months. But anyway, it was only a dream, so I just parked it there. But it wasn't until the year 2015 when one of my patients actually said to me, you can get a grant for prototools and startup businesses. So in the year 2015, I actually received a grant that gave me half the money towards a prototool, and production started. Really, it's the beginning of the journey for actually making something that is tangible, So anyway, I just thought, okay, I'll just go with the flow, and I plod on with this. So anyway, after the prototype was made, we had a few tweaks, and the design changed slightly over the time. So then I thought I'd try this on my patients. And I actually asked 455 of my patients about their preference with massage with me using the mitts and massage without the mitts. And 98% of them went, I'm sorry, but I know you're good at massage, but it's definitely better with the mitts on. So that's 98%. So the other 2% just didn't really feel any different. And I thought, well, I can't really ignore this. So then I just kept giving all my patients the prototypes to just go away and see what they thought of them. And the journey really begins from there. Now, after a couple of years of using the massage mitts at their request on my patients, I just couldn't ignore the results that I was getting. You know, one day in particular, there was a lady I was treating for whiplash that 8 years previously she had treatment for head, neck and throat cancer. And again, it was a Friday. Things seemed to happen on a Friday for me. I gave this woman my prototype and I said, I'll just borrow them for the weekend and I'll book you an appointment in on Monday. But anyway, obviously with the cancer treatments, there was a lot of scar tissue around the side of her face and her neck. And she came in on a Monday and I'm a bit flamboyant, so I kind of went, oh, look at you, you tart, you've got your lippy on. And she burst into tears. She said, you've given me my life back. I said, what do you mean? She said, my mouth has been drawn down by the scar tissue and I've not been able to use my lipstick because my lipstick defined me and I've not used it for 8 years. And she said, just after massaging over the weekend, you know, the tension's gone, my lips are straight and I've got my lipstick on and, you know, thank you. I thought, wow, that's quite powerful. So in clinic, I was seeing that it was helping with scar tissue, burns, you know, the burns patient, so it's the only time my skin feels normal. Great results as far as well, it's so much easier to do a sports massage and my hands didn't hurt afterwards, but the results were also much better than just using all the techniques I've learned over the years for my hands. And you just really can't ignore this anymore. So I'm thinking, okay, I think I do need to go into production for making the massage mitts, but also I need to find the science behind why it's helping so many. So this is the final design of the massage mitts. So we spent a couple of years using them on patients and obviously tweaking the design for, you know, to provide the support for various techniques that you can use. So you can use them for so many different techniques as far as massage concerned. There is the integral support to help prevent the overstretching of the thumbs and wrists to prevent repetitive strain injury. They bounce back to this nice resting position for the hand to help with the therapist to protect their hands and to give that support to prevent, like I said, overuse injuries. They're made of body safe silicone and those nodules have been strategically placed for optimum massage effects, which if you Google you can find the benefits of massage and there are loads. Neurophysiological, local biochemical, the interoceptive side of things, that mind-body connection, and yeah, it's been quite an interesting journey to say the least. Now, even if you just use the massage mitts for a few minutes, a few times a week, it will help reduce the cumulative effect of soft tissue tension and the physical stress on the body. I'm lucky I have a pair literally in every room and the whole family use them. So you can use the mitts on the whole of the body from head to toe. You can use them in the shower or bath with the usual toiletries, cap full of oil in the bath. You can use them to apply your body creams and lotions. But when you use the mitts, just be mindful with them because it's gentle. It's not this just get in there and not really think about what you're doing. If, say, you were massaging your forearm, you put the oil on and you'd find those lumps and bumps and you gently massage all around and you will feel the tension just just melt away, really. And a few times you will, if you use them regularly, you will find it makes a massive difference to the tension in your body. Now, my favourite way of using them, because I'm quite a large lady, is put a capful of oil in the bath, and then I just splash around, getting myself into all sorts of positions on my tummy to do my stomach. I have the leg up over the bath to do all around my hip, either side of my hip bone. Yeah, they're just great. For me, it's just been, personally, it's been a massive change to the pain that I experienced having fibromyalgia. If you use them, they work. So after, a few more months of seeing the amazing results my patients were getting, we went into production, and I now sell my massage mitts. But my patients were asking to buy them, and it was something that they felt that they gained the autonomy of their aches and pains, something they could do in between treatments, and they were getting amazing results. So, how can I ignore that? So I think now is my time where I'm here to say, come on, let's get people massaging. Let's break that you do it for me culture. Let patients know that they can massage themselves. There's something that they can do. And, the results I'm getting have just been fantastic. I'd love to have a little bit more patient-centered research, because most of this is actually anecdotal, but it just can't be ignored. And I'm now definitely 100% committed to, like I said, break that you do it for me culture and teach people that they can do something more for themselves. So on my journey for finding out the reasons why my massage mitts work so well, I must have spent thousands of hours just reading papers and books on fascia, fascial system, biotensegrity, going deeper down into the tissue matrix, the ground substance. And you can see the benefits of massage are phenomenal. There's the neurophysiological responses, the local biochemical interactions that happen, proprioception, interoception, how the mechanoreceptors in our body can help influence their pain response, the cell-to-cell communication from using massage techniques. It's just, the list is quite phenomenal, and it goes on. You can use massage for stress management, for pain relief, and, there's all those emotional responses that it can help with as well. Massage is amazing, and we don't do enough of it. Now, the most interesting research that I came across was about the mechanoreceptors within our body. So we have more mechanoreceptors on the surface of the skin and fewer as we go deeper and deeper. But I think the mechanoreceptors are the main reasons my massage mitts work so wonderfully well. So the little nodules that we have, as you're massaging with them, cause a little mechanical stretch on the tissue, and that's where we get the whole cascade of these neurophysiological and biochemical responses. And I think it's the stimulation of the mechanoreceptors that just makes them work so beautifully well. Simple massage can make a massive difference. Now, I got really excited when I saw this bit of information here. The Nobel Peace Prize winners are these two gentlemen for medicine in 2021, and it's for their work on mechanoreceptors. And, I know we've known about mechanoreceptors for quite a few years now, but the actual connection between the pain response within the body and their work is just amazing. And, how amazing is it going to be that once we learn we can do more for ourselves, and self-help massage does work. It was just amazing to see this. Now, self-massage is an amazing way to help stimulate our mechanoreceptors, but it's not the only way. Movement can stimulate them, sound, all those different therapies that are out there. There are so many things that we can do for ourselves. Go and find a therapist that can help, help motivate you, help you on your journey. so that you can get more from your body. You know, being stiff and tight and not moving is not good for us. We need to take more control. So, you know, try different things, try different therapies, try different movement techniques. You know, the more we move, the more we can do for ourselves, the more we can massage, the more we touch, the more we will get from life. So, you know, just get out there, start looking for the answers and start trying things. So I really think you should invest in yourself and buy yourself a pair of massage mitts. And here's just a few reasons. They provide an effective and comfortable massage. They help support sore, aching muscles. They help promote flexibility. They help reduce the soft tissue and adhesions and reduce that scar tension. You know, they improve your skin tone and texture. They reduce the appearance of cellulite, which for me as a large lady, I like that one. My legs definitely feel a lot smoother after I've used them. But the most important thing of all is it helps stimulate the body's own self-regulations of the neurophysiological, biochemical and emotional responses. One size doesn't fit all, but one size can fit all, and I really do hope that you invest in yourself. You are worth it. Now it is time for change, and it's time that we learn we can do more for ourselves, and it's time to make us number one in the queue. Now this brings us nicely on to my second product. I am a women's health physio, and one day I was just looking at the massage mitt, seeing if I could, you know, tweak any more, did I have any more ideas about it. And then all of a sudden I had a eureka moment. Internal massage, intrapelvic massage. Why don't we do it in this country? Other countries see it as being quite normal. You know, there are so many elements of pelvic floor dysfunction that are dysfunctional because there is tension within the vagina, tension within the muscles. So then that's when I set about designing MyKORI, and I'm proud of myself. You know, I really want to encourage women to help themselves with self-massage internally and externally. So now here we have MyKORI. As you can see, it has a unique shape. It's made from platinum cured silicone. The ball-shaped handle is actually a result of one of my stroke patients saying that she is interested in sex, but her husband isn't interested in her. So she bought all these toys and she just couldn't hold on to it. So I think it provides a nice tactile handle to help facilitate the movement of using MyKORI for massage. Again, we have the nodules to cause that mechanical stretch with all the responses of massage, the neurophysiological, biochemical, as we discussed before. But it also has with the bullet a vibration option to help you either learn to relax the muscles with the vibrations or to help do your more traditional strengthening Kegel exercises. Oh my God. Vaginal massage is so relaxing. It's probably the most relaxing massage that I've ever had, and I've had quite a few over the years. You know, there are so many benefits that we haven't really appreciated on massaging internally. You know, before childbirth, it's so important to massage your perineum so that you can help reduce the possibility of needing an episiotomy or tearing before childbirth. You also have all those wonderful responses that we said, the natural responses the body has to massage. It helps oxygenate the tissue and brings fresh blood flow. And so MyKORI is great for massaging the vagina, massaging over the vulva, massaging all around your perineum. And don't forget, your perineum actually is quite a large area. It goes from the front of our pubic bone all the way around to our coccyx. And that area there is so important as far as movement and sitting, running, squatting. And then also when you come to childbirth, defecation, urination, we need elements of both being able to relax and be strong. And massage is a great way to help reduce the tension that could be an element of prolapse, you know, their organs can be pulled slightly out of position, so there is an element of tension there. You've got other dysfunctional pelvic floor issues, and you can help reduce tension and pain by internal massage. And it's just a great way to reconnect to your vagina. You know, we give birth and then we just kind of ignore it. And I've had loads of women in clinic over the years go, I don't want to talk about it. I don't use it anymore. It's not important. But this area between their sit bones is probably the most important part of their core. It's the lowest part of the core. And I think it has a massive implication on the function of the pelvis for so many reasons. I love my analogy of describing women walking around in a baby walker. It's as if they can't see their vagina, so it doesn't exist. It's like a child in a baby walker. They can't see their legs, but they know them aren't moving. We can't see our vaginas, but we know it's there. But do we know we're normal? When was the last time you looked at yours? You know, we need to know our normal for when things start dysfunctioning, so we know what normal was and how it's changed. And, you know, there was a lovely piece of research a couple of years ago by Anna Crowell who reported the fact that 90% of women after normal vaginal birth could have scar tissue around their vaginas and their perineum. But also, you know, 50% of women over the age of 50 are inclined to prolapse, and that's still underreported. There must be so many more women out there that just aren't discussing their symptoms with anybody, and it's such a shame. You know, I want to start opening up more conversations with my daughters and everyone around, so we talk about our vaginas. It's a natural thing. Let's introduce this even into school so we understand more how important that this area between our sit bones is. You know, this area here, on our pelvis, there are 21 muscles that either pass through it, attach to it, or run in between it. You know, that is so important. And the tissue between sit bones is actually layer upon layer upon fold of connective tissue and fascia, which needs to unfold for normal activities, as normal as walking. And we just tend to ignore that area, and it's so sad. I just really want to introduce as many women as possible to internal vaginal massage and massaging over the vulvas, massaging all around the perineum, because it can help reduce that sensation of pulling and heaviness from prolapse. It can help reduce scarring, you know, pre-birth, so you can actually introduce some flexibility to the area, so there's less chance of any trauma through, you know, through childbirth. Having the area between our sit bones that is of a nice consistency, the same results we get for the body, you can make a change to your vaginas, which will help more effective emptying of bowel function. It will reduce that heavy sensation of pulling if there's an organ prolapse. There are so many reasons why women have pain and don't enjoy sex anymore because of the tension. So if we can learn to massage be a normal part of our routine, where vaginal massage is just accepted as normal, then, you know, maybe we can make this subject less of a taboo. You know, I've got 2 daughters in their 20s, and it's so nice that we have these open and honest conversations within our household. So when it comes to them providing me with grandchildren, you know, they'll be more prepared. They have more of an idea. They learn to relax their pelvic floor. They learn to reduce the congestion that's there. They'll be more of aware of what's actually to their own bodies. And I just want to be part of that. And MyKORI just gives you a bit more of a choice. It gives you something else that you can use to help yourself and make a difference down there. Have children, they said. It would be fun, they said. Little did we know our pelvic floor would not be the same again. So, you know, there's more and more information out there. There's more of an awareness of how important pelvic floor is for pelvic stability, for our core stability, about the whole of our visceral functions, our bowel and bladder function. It has implications of hip and back pain. you know, there are more and more conversations going on, and there's some excellent researchers out there that are paying more attention to our pelvic floor. You know, over time, we spend a lot of time sitting on them. As we get older, we lack movement. You know, we have the scar tissue from having children. You know, we lose the ability for this area to unfold and unfurl so that, you know, we can just function as we should do. And it's such an important area for our whole bodily function. Our legs are connected to our pelvis. Our upper body is connected to our pelvis. And it's just somewhere that we really do not talk about. We talk about core, but we tend to think of just our stomach muscles. But it is actually our pelvic floors that are the main function of the whole of our body, really. And, you know, it can be involved in coccyx pain and hip pain. And there's so many more reasons. And I think in the future, we're going to see how important it is, and maybe even treat our hip pain internally. I know I personally do. And it's because we don't talk about it. So let's get that conversation. It's fine. You know, MyKORI looks like it is an adult toy. It can be used as one, but it just gives women the choice. It gives women the ability to massage internally. And again, it's self-massage. It's something they can do for themselves to make a difference to their own body. So you can use MyKORI in 3 ways. First of all, it's all about perineal, vaginal, vulvar massage. So basically, you'd use loads of lube. It's so nice and relaxing to massage. You start externally over the perineum, and then you gently work on the edge of the vagina, which is where a lot of women can have scar tissue. And then gently, as you progress into the cavity, into the vagina, you're going to map out those tight areas of muscle tension. So if you're massaging your forearm, you'd look for the areas of pain and tension. And then once you find them, you think, oh yes, there's a bit there. Same with your vagina, it's no different. You find that area of tension or pain, and you just gently massage by either moving MyKORI in and out or just rotating it round until you find those little spots of area that just need attention. So it's all done very mindfully. And I use the word mindfully, but it's actually interoception. So it helps the mind-body connection. It helps you remap your own vagina in your brain. It helps you to reconnect, which is amazing. And then, you know, so you know where your areas of tension. For me, when I actually work up into the vaginal cavity to my hip rotators, I can actually reproduce a deep ache, and it just hits the spot, and I can help my own hip pain from working internally. Then you have, I have scar tissue to the left, so I'll spend more time just on the left here, just at the entrance, to help with the scar tissue from having my 3 wonderful children. And that's how you would work. Then you have the bullet in here, so you press and hold for 4 seconds. Make sure it is 4 seconds, because if not, you keep pressing and it will get confused. So 1, 2, 3, and before you get to 4, the bullet will be activated, and then it starts vibrating, a combination of quick vibrations and longer holding vibrations, and they are of either 3, 6, or 9 seconds long. So first of all, where you have the MyKORI in place, you can actually sense more. That sensory feedback tells you where the muscles are that you need to be relaxing and letting go. So once you've massaged, once you've relaxed and let go, the next thing is to think about squeezing. But don't move on to any stage until you're actually ready. You know, it's more important to have that length of a muscle, to have that relaxation of a muscle before you start strengthening. I mean, you wouldn't, if your biceps were tight, you wouldn't be strengthening your biceps, you'd be massaging and lengthening before you actually went back to your bicep curls. It's the same with your vagina and your pelvic floor muscles. Once you've got through those stages and you're ready to move on, you can then start your normal Kegel exercises. So you squeeze with the vibrations. So you've got those quick vibrations and the longer holding vibrations of 3, 6 or 9 seconds. It's 3 programs. Don't move on too quickly. Make sure you've mastered the first set before you move on to the others. And you'll find that once your muscles are more relaxed and lengthened and more flexible, you'll find you'll get a better contraction. So basically, it's squeeze with the vibration, squeeze and hold with the vibration, but in between, do a few of those let go and release. So you need to have the let go and release, the relaxation with the vibration, and then also your traditional Kegel strengthening isometric contractions, which will help strengthen for both the fast and the slow twitch muscle that you have within your vagina. So the quick ones are for your oops moments where you quickly contract to prevent those leaking, and then you have your endurance for, you know, everyday movement, function, and holding everything in place. But remember, you need the muscles to be relaxed and lengthened, you need to massage, and then you move on to the tightening. There are many women that I see more and more that come to clinic now with more tension in their pelvic floor than they have a weakness, but tight muscles can also be weak. So if you have any concerns, obviously get along to find yourself a women's health physio, and you know, somebody like myself that can give you what we call your perfect score for your vaginal pelvic floor muscle assessments. Before you use any of my products, you must remember I am not your physiotherapist, and if you have any concerns, get yourself along to your healthcare professional before you begin using them. It's your body. You'll know if there's something that you should be concerned with or need to get checked before you begin. You know, you're not my patient, and my products are not a replacement for a substitute for medical advice. So any concerns, please take your body along. It's your body. Take your body along, get yourself checked out, and then start looking after it. So, you know, I wish you good luck using all my products, and I hope you have got to the end of this video because my throat's now going. And I do thank you for taking the time. But do you know what? Listening to this is the first journey of learning how you can do more for yourself. So I really sincerely wish you, you know, all the very best. If you use my products, they work. And well done you. You know, you are number 1 in the queue.